Wild Talents, by Charles Hoyfort, Chapter 27H. There are many accounts of poltergeist phenomena that are so obscured by the preconceptions of witnesses that one can't tell whether they are stories of girls who had occult powers, or of invisible beings who, in the presence of girl mediums, manifested. But the story of Angelique Cotton is an account of a girl who, by an unknown influence of her own, acted upon objects in ways like those that have been attributed to spirits. The phenomena of Angelique Cotton of the town of La Perrière, France, began upon January 15, 1846, and lasted 10 weeks. Anybody who would like to read an account of this wild, or undeveloped, talent, that is free from interpretations by spiritualists and anti-spiritualists, should go to the Contemporaneous Story, published in the journal des Débats Paris, February, 1846. Here are accounts by Monsieur Arago and other scientists. When Angelique Cotton went near objects, they bounded away. She could have made a perpetual motion machine whiz. She was known as the Electric Girl, so called, because nobody knew what to call her. When she tried to sit in a chair, there was low comedy. The chair was pulled away, or, rather, was invisibly pushed away. There was such force here that a strong man could not hold the chair. A table, weighing 60 pounds, rose from the floor when she touched it. When she went to bed, the bed rocked. And I suppose that, in the early times of magnetic investigations, people who heard of objects that moved in the presence of a magnet, said, "But what of it?" Faraday showed them. A table, weighing 60 pounds, rises a few feet from the floor. Well, then, it's some time far ahead in the witchcraft era, and a multicellular formation of poltergeist girls is assembled in the presence of building materials. Stone blocks and steel girders rise a mile or so into their assigned positions in the latest sky prodder. Maybe tall buildings will have their day, but first there will have to be a show-off of what could be done. I now have a theory that the pyramids were built by poltergeist girls. The Chinese wall is no longer mysterious. Every now and then I reconstruct a science. I may take up neo-archaeology sometime. Old archaeology, with its fakes and guesses, and conflicting pedantries, holds out an invitation for a ferocious and joyous holiday. Human hopes, wishes, ambitions, prayers and hates, and the futility of them, the waste of millions of trickles of vibrations, today unorganized forces that are doing nothing but put them to work together, or concentrate mental ripples into torrents, and gather these torrents into Niagara Falls of emotions. And, if there isn't any happiness, except in being of use, I am conceiving of counteractuous happiness. Or sometime in the witchcraft era, and every morning, promptly at 9 o'clock, crowds of human wishers, dignified under the name of transmedumizers, arrive at their wishing stations, or mental powerhouses, and in an organization of what are now only scattered and wasted hopes and hates concentrate upon the running of all motors of all cities. Just as they all nicely organized and pretty nearly satisfied, it will be learned that motors aren't necessary.